Hospital roommate called me ugly. I shut her up. So, sophomore year of college, my appendix decided to explode. Not like a cute little stomach ache, full-on ruptured. I ended up in the hospital for 2 weeks dealing with infections and emergency surgery. Fun times. They stuck me in a shared room with this older Russian lady who'd just gotten gastric bypass surgery. She was maybe in her 50s, always had her hair in this tight bun, and spent most of the day either sleeping or on her phone. I didn't really care. I was just trying not to die and watching whatever trash TV was on. I tried to be respectful, you know? Like every time I had to drag my IV pole past her bed to get to the bathroom, I'd tiptoe and move super slow so I wouldn't wake her up. I felt bad that my bed was closer to the bathroom and she had to hear me shuffling back and forth, so I tried to limit my trips and keep the noise down. My mom would visit every day after work, and we'd just chat quietly about school and how my roommates were handling me being gone. Normal stuff. The Russian lady would glance over sometimes but never said anything to me. Not a hi, not a smile, nothing, which was fine. I wasn't there to make friends. But this lady talked on the phone constantly, and I mean loud. Like the whole floor could probably hear her conversations with her daughter. She'd be going on and on in Russian, just chatting about her surgery, complaining about the hospital food, the usual. Here's the thing though, I'd started taking Russian classes my freshman year. I wasn't fluent or anything, but I could pick up enough to understand the basics of what people were saying. My professor was this intense guy who made us practice listening exercises for hours, so I'd gotten pretty decent at catching keywords and phrases. One night, I'm lying in bed trying to sleep, and she's on the phone again, talking at full volume like it's the middle of the day. I'm exhausted, everything hurts, and I just want to pass out. But then I hear her say something that makes me freeze. She's telling her daughter about her roommate, about me, and she goes, "Yeah, I have to share the room now with this girl, and she's really ugly." I just laid there staring at the ceiling. Like I knew I looked rough. I hadn't showered properly in days, my hair was greasy and pulled back, I had dark circles under my eyes from not sleeping, and I was wearing a hospital gown that made everyone look half dead. But hearing someone actually say it out loud while I'm right there, that stung a little. The thing is, I didn't even really care that she thought I was ugly. Whatever. I was more annoyed that she felt comfortable trash-talking me in front of me just because she assumed I couldn't understand her, like I was just some dumb American kid who didn't know any better. I sat there for a minute thinking about whether I should say something or just let it go, but then I thought, you know what? I'm bored, I'm in pain, and I have nothing better to do. Might as well make this interesting. So I waited. I didn't want to call her out right then because that would have been too obvious. I needed the perfect moment, something subtle but effective. The next morning I had to use the bathroom again. I grabbed my IV pole and started wheeling it past her bed like I always did. She was awake, scrolling through her phone. I made sure to catch her eye, gave her the sweetest, most innocent smile I could manage, and said "Izvinita" in my best Russian accent. Excuse me, polite, respectful, perfect. Her face went completely white, like all the color just drained out in 2 seconds. She looked at me, then back at her phone, then at me again. Her mouth opened like she wanted to say something, but nothing came out. I just kept smiling and walked past her into the bathroom, closed the door, and then I had to bite my hand to keep from laughing out loud because the look on her face was priceless. When I came back out, she was staring straight ahead at the TV, not looking at me at all. I got back into bed, plugged my phone in, and went back to watching my show. She didn't call her daughter again the rest of the time I was there, not once. The room was dead silent except for the TV and the beeping machines. She knew I'd understood every word she said, and now she had to sit there wondering how much else I'd picked up. A couple days later, they moved me to a different room for some reason. I think they needed the space for another surgery patient, but before I left, I made sure to say "Do svidaniya" on my way out. Goodbye. She just nodded and looked back at her phone.